A collective quantum leap does not happen every day. In fact, it probably hasn't happened in over 10,000 years. August 19th, 2024 is coming. So I will explain to you why that is so important and what you can do to prepare. Are you ready? So, hi, this is Adam. Welcome to the Medium channel. I've got a lot of information. I had to write it down in my notes. So I'm going to be reading my notes a lot during this video. But the master teachers, the group that I channeled, said to us about a month or two ago in a channeling that the quantum leap of humanity, of consciousness is happening. It's going to be heralded in by anomalous sky events, and it's going to happen somewhere around the Lionsgate portal into August, into the Starseed season. And it takes place over a period of time. It doesn't happen immediately like in an electron or in an atom. When an electron quantum leaps, it happens in a millionth of a second. In consciousness, it takes weeks or even months to happen, but humanity is shifting. And that's the thing that we need to know. There's a lot of astrology and numerology centered around August the 19th, leading me to believe that this is either the precipice or the heart of the quantum leap that's happening. So, what anomalous events have happened recently? Here in upstate New York, we've had 2 aurora borealis events in a week. In early mid-August, we've had unusual solar activity, lots and lots of solar flares and coronal massive ejections, high in numbers even for this time, which happens to be the peak of the solar 11-year solar cycle anyway. And there's more, but it's happening. It's being shown in a lot of different areas. Let me jump into the astrology and numerology, because those are our roadmaps. Astrology and numerology form the roadmaps of how energy moves through our lives and through the cosmos. So, the full moon is on the 19th. It's a full moon in Aquarius, 27 degrees. 27 in Chaldean numerology is the liberator. It's about liberation and freedom. And Aquarius is a sign of liberation and freedom, evolution, revolution, and surprises. Uranus, the planet that rules Aquarius, is forming a T-square with the sun and the moon. T-squares are a lot of tension. Okay, page number 2 of notes. Also, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn are forming another T-square at 17 degrees of the mutable sign, specifically Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. 17 is the star. It's the illuminator. It's hope and inspiration. It also reduces to an 8. It's also an 8 universal day, August 19th, 2024. 1 T-square in a day is unusual. 2 T-squares in a day is highly unusual, and on a full moon on top of that. T-squares are tensions, so remember that. There are other aspects also that are happening, but this will create an evolutionary change and possible revolutions. Mercury's also retrograde. Mercury in retrograde is the cosmic trickster. It beckons us to go back and to review things and to go more into meditation and to release stuck energies and stuck patterns within our energy fields. Now, the energy begins on the 14th, and what's happening is Mars and Jupiter are conjuncting at 17 degrees Gemini. So Mars gets involved in that T-square also. Mars is war, Mars is energy. Jupiter is growth, expansion, and humanitarianism. So all these forces are really colliding during this period, initiating or what's the right word, catalyzing this quantum shift of energy of consciousness. So a couple of practical things. Be careful traveling around this time. This likely precipitates an earthquake or 2, volcanoes. Astrology with Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury also feed the storms. So there's going to be a lot happening with the weather, as well as a lot happening in society. Lots of protests well up, surprises in elections, all that kind of stuff wells up. The economy becomes very volatile. The teardown of the facades really begins in earnest during this time where this quantum shift is really being initiated or being sparked by the cosmos. Corruption on a global level really starts to unveil around this time. But most important is the quantum leap in consciousness. New information streams start to penetrate the veils of human consciousness And when that happens, gain more information. We connect with new guides. We develop new gifts. We have DNA awakenings and activation and stuff like that. Solar storms are peaking, and perhaps the solar poles will shift. That happens every 11 years. We're at the peak of that 11-year cycle. That in itself is not unusual, but the quantity and the quality of these flares and what's happening with the sun is unusual. And what's happening is that lots of light code activations are happening from the central sun through the physical sun and coming into our system. So again, so this brings us closer to the quantum field because we're undergoing the quantum shift. We're undergoing the quantum leap. So when that happens with electrons, which is where the term came from, the electron becomes energy. It loses its form for a split second, and then it arrives at a higher energetic level. So as we're shifting, we're shifting through the quantum field, or that realm that created everything. So everything exists within the quantum field. It's the realm of God or the realm of spirit. So as we're undergoing this shift, we're closer to the quantum field, that realm that created everything. So what does that mean? It means that we have greater capacity to consciously create our reality. So do your law of attraction work. Do your heart-brain coherence work. In order to enter the quantum field, we want to be so present that we're not a name or a body, we're energy and frequency. We take our attention away from our physical, and then as our attention gets taken away from the physical, we start to blend more with the infinite or the quantum. So we want to get super present, feel very grateful as if our reality that we desire is already manifested, and visualize it with our minds, feel like it's already happening. And that takes our intention into the quantum field of that realm that created everything. So do that. Do lots of breath work during this time. Do lots of meditation work. Keep your body strong. Exercise, diet, meditate. Your very cellular structure, the atoms within your bodies, as well as your energetic fields, are going to respond to these changes. You're going to change. You're going to become more awake, more aware, and you're going to be able to draw a more cosmic energy, more spiritual energy. So do your rest. Do your spiritual work, prepare for that. That's important. New spiritual gifts are going to emerge. Don't resist. Clear the shadows. Do some shadow integration work. Allow the flow of energy, the flow of consciousness, of spirit to heal. Mercury's in retrograde. This is a very healing energy. It wants to clear all your past traumas and dramas so you can step into your higher level. So your quantum shifts can be complete, and you can become multidimensional. You can vibrate more in the fifth dimension and higher, rather than being stuck in the cause and effect of the third dimension. So all this is possible. As you're shifting, we're shifting, and your next spiritual lesson will follow. So that's what I have for you today. I'm gonna on the end screen. I'm going to link for you the entire summer 2024 psychic forecast. So it'll be right over here for you. I hope this is helpful for you, and I love you. Namaste.